What is it that you fear? Face them. Or face me.
Hello and welcome to another video on the channel, and today I'm back at Alton Towers for yet another Scarefest construction update. Now this is the second and final one that I'll do for this year's Scarefest, as Scarefest itself is only a few days away from starting. In fact, Scarefest begins this Saturday, this week. At the time of recording it's only 4 days until the event starts, and that means all the finishing touches are being made on basically the whole event at the moment, including all the scare attractions, any like additional theming around the park and whatnot. So I'm actually going to start like sort of right near the Towers ruins for this update with Trick or Treat Town and Amigos in the Afterlife. There's quite a significant amount of progress that's been made since last time I came here around those attractions. So let's get started by showing you what's taking place around there. Yes, compared to when I came to Alton Towers about a month ago, it's a pretty different view. So let's start with Trick or Treat Town. So last time I came down here, I could literally walk right up to that little like wooden facade over there, which has now got all like the vinyls and decals put on the front of it. I can't even walk there now because they've set up all the queue line for it, which is looking really good. In terms of what's actually going on down there, other than the vinyl, like the decal like signboards on the front of the facade, I honestly can't tell. Like I said, it will all be on the inside of the attraction where much of the progress is taking place. And I do believe they're also doing sound testing for like the speakers of the outside of the attraction, because you can just hear the attraction's like soundtrack playing on the outside of the area. So they're doing testing for like the speakers for Trick or Treat Town. And now let's have a look at Amigos in the Afterlife. That's looking pretty much all good to go, ready for Scarefest. So you've got all the theming around this sign with like the rides, not the rides, the attraction sort of like entrance sign. You've got this little shack here. I don't know what this is for, but this was here last week. I think this is a photo opportunity. It's here again. You've got all the barrels for the queue line being set up, the bunting and whatnot. You've got all lights being tested or being set up down that side. There's still a bit of work to do. Like there's still a cherry picker right in front of the entrance. Yeah, this whole sort of side is cordoned off, and they've got pretty much everything ready to go. Just need to set up mainly the queue line, which is made up of these barrels here, and obviously move this cherry picker by Saturday. And it's Tuesday at the time I'm recording this, so you know. And also they've got some flowers down here. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if they're like going to be located there or if they're going to be moved to a new place. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see what it's like within the next few days when the event begins. But yeah, it's all looking really good so far. And now let's head over to Dark Forest to check on the two new scare attractions for this year, Dark Hollow and Edge of the Forest. So I'm just at where basically I think this is where Dark Hollow will either begin or end. This is probably where you will enter the new scare zone for this year. And yeah, they've cordoned this area off quite a bit. There's also some more fencing just around this side as well, because I'm thinking the entrance for the scare zone might actually be a bit further up this way, because at the moment I think they're putting this here just so you can't actually see or make what's going on, like with the new scare zone and obviously the adjacent maze, Edge of the Forest, until the event begins. So they always do this. They're doing it with Edge of the Forest literally on the other side of this path. So yeah, at the moment you can't see any theming, but I reckon all the theming will be put on, like sort of down just past that path, down that path further down where you can't see. Because I think I went over to that other side and you could just about make out, I think, what was a piece of theming. I don't know what it was, but it looks like it was wrapped in some sort of plastic, like foil, like as if it was ready to be put into place. I don't know what it was, but it was quite hard to see. I don't know if it'll be good enough to see on photo or video. But yeah, only a few days until these fences come down and we can find out what lies beyond this fence. But let's head over to the other side of this fence, check out, see if we can see anything else going on around that side, and also see what's going on with edge of the forest. So yes, while walking towards the other sides of the Towers ruins, going to see edge of the forest, I've actually noticed there's a bit of new Scarefest theming going up. So we've got this brand new theming piece around the fountain, which actually looks really nice. I've seen that before. We've also got like sort of like a seating area over here, like the Scarefest light and whatnot. Whether this will be an area for like entertainment offerings, or I'm not sure. We've also got like a little like food van here, which will definitely be for the Scarefest offerings. We've also got some bunting going up here on this path, just going through the Towers ruins. But yeah, I don't think I've really seen this around this area before, at least not in recent years anyway. But this is really good little additions to the event. Now let's head on over to the other side to see edge of the forest. Now here at edge of the forest, yeah, the fence is still placed about 10 miles back from the actual construction fence, but I don't know if you can see on video, you can just about see they've started setting up the queue line for edge of the forest. Now that's all looking really good so far. I can't see anything trace of like an entrance sign or anything like that, or I can't really see around the corner and see around, like sort of behind it, just to see if there's anything going on with Dark Hollow, which is the scare zone which will sort of come down this path. But like Dark Hollow and edge of the forest is going to be part of the same exact area. There's a little path going past the Towers ruins as like an alternate way into or out of Dark Forest. Yeah, it's looking really good so far, and I'm actually really looking forward to experiencing this maze, because we've not, at least not in a very long time, I don't think we've had a Dark Forest scare maze. We haven't had a Dark Forest scare zone in a while. I think the last time there was a scare zone in that area was when there was like a little scare zone underneath the bridge going underneath, not the bridge, the tunnel going underneath Rita. But I don't think we've ever had a scare maze around Dark Forest, at least not in a while. Correct me if I am wrong, but yeah, this looks like it's going to be really good. And you know, I'm actually glad that they're doing something with that building where edge of the forest is going, because they constructed it last season alongside Compound, which is pretty much the same design building as this. And for reference, it's also the same like sort of structure as survival games at Fort Park. So it's like two massive shipping containers and a sort of like a tent in the middle, and it's like a multi-route attraction. So could this be a multi-route maze? I very much think it will be, because survival games is a multi-route scare maze and Compound is as well. So I reckon this will be, once it opens in a few days time. But yeah, as I've already said, it's quite hard to see anything like in terms of like theming going on around Dark Hollow or edge of the forest. But obviously we'll find out what's been going on in a few days time when this whole area opens. So I'm just here where the entrance for burial grounds will be, and yeah, literally the actual scare zone itself you can see from the sky ride, which is really helpful, because past couple of seasons when burial grounds has been here, sky ride has been closed. So you know that when I went on the sky ride, I actually got some pretty good views of the entire scare zone, like in terms of how it's progressing, and the whole zone itself looks pretty ready to go. And not only that, but I also noticed some new theming in the scare zone itself. Now there's a section of the scare zone that goes sort of underneath the wires for the sky ride. Yeah, that looks to have some brand new theming around it, which is actually a really good they've done that, because in that part before it has sort of been lacking in theming that particular area of burial grounds, but it looks like they've added some brand new theming to that particular section. And also, whilst we're queuing for Wicker Man, and you can probably just about hear it now, they're also doing the sound checks for the speakers for the Scare Zone itself, like testing the audio for the attraction. They were also doing that earlier with Trick or Treat Town down near Dark Forest. So yes, they are definitely pretty much nearly ready for opening for Scarefest. The only thing they really need to do for burial grounds really is just put the entrance sign up. They've not done that yet. So I think the entrance sign literally goes back here normally. So yeah, all they need to do is set that up. It won't take long to set that sign up. Yeah, it's looking really good so far. And now let's head over to X Sector to check on, see if there's any progress going with Altonville Mine Tours. So yes, before I head over to Altonville Mine Tours, I just wanted to show you something that isn't like a maze or a scare zone, but is more like based on like entertainment like offerings. So we've got a brand new stage being built in Mutiny Bay. Now this is sort of going to be taking the place of the stage that used to be on the launch just over there, but I reckon they'll use this for entertainment for Scarefest, was like the Freaky 5 shows and whatnot, because they've completely gotten rid of the stage that was on the front lawns, which is actually kind of a shame because that was literally the perfect place to have a sort of main stage, but apart from events they rarely used it. But hopefully they'll use this brand new stage being built up in Mutiny Bay. Now they did actually submit a plan application for this a few weeks ago, and so that pretty much suggests that this may be more of a permanent stage. Well, let's see how permanent it is, because the stage on the lawns was supposed to be permanent and they only lasted a few seasons before being removed. They were only removed like a few months ago, I think, at some point earlier this season. But yeah, they also added some theming around the other side, where with like signs saying the skeleton arms. So whether that's just exclusive to for Scarefest or if that's going to be like brand new permanent theming in the Mutiny Bay area, I do not know. But it's either way, it's cool to see that they're adding new stuff to this part of Alton Towers, and I kind of wait to see what the entertainment is like when this new stage is ready up and running. But yeah, let's head over to X Sector to go and check on Altonville Mine Tours. So we're here at Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge, and down towards the entrance for the attraction, they have actually set up they have actually set up pretty much the entire extended queue line for it, stretching all the way back, like outside towards X Sector, and you can just about see through here. The theming has all gone up for the queue line, and they're also, I believe, they're running testing of the lighting for the queue line as well. So yeah. It's all looking really good so far. This is one of those mazes which you really can only see from like one angle unless you're physically in the queue for it. And obviously nobody's going to be in the queue for this until Saturday when the event starts. But like I've already said, I do really just think this should be the last Scarefest for Mine Tours, because it's had a really good long run. But I do reckon they are definitely making it overstay its welcome. Don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy this maze, but they've had it for years now, and people want something new on this site. I mean, we are getting other new scare attractions in different areas of the park, but that's not the point. We want something, we don't want like the same sort of things being regurgitated every single like year after year after year, or at least not for prolonged periods of time anyway. I mean, it's fair enough having it be at the event for like 3 or 4 seasons, but literally the fact that Mine Tours is entering its 10th season now is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I reckon this will be its final season, because it would fit perfectly within the pattern that they've been doing since 2023, I believe. 2023, they got rid of Darkest Depths. There were no more should I say 2024 they got rid of Darkest Depths. This year they've got rid of the attic, so literally could this be the final season of Mine Tours? Because it would definitely fit within that pattern of getting rid of their older attractions to make way for new scare attraction. Because I believe Altonville Mine Tours this year will be the only scare attraction at this year's Scarefest that's more than 5 years old. The only other attraction that's even close to that age is Trick or Treat Town. That opened in 2021. Everything else is sort of relatively new. It's just Mine Tours that's been here for a long time. But you know, I'm going to go on it anyway because I do reckon that this is its final season. I'm going to have one last run through of Altonville Mine Tours. And obviously I'm going to experience Compound and Edge of the Forest as well. But yeah, this is looking really good and I cannot wait to get in this maze one last time. So that concludes this construction update here at Alton Towers for Scarefest 2025. Now I am looking forward to experiencing what this event has to offer. Obviously I'm looking forward to the two new additions, Dark Hollow and Edge of the Forest. It's going to be really great to see. In terms of like other updates, the reason I didn't go by Compound is because, well, I did go by Compound, but it wasn't really much different going on compared to last time I went. The only real difference was they added the chains like along the fences for the queue lines. And this morning there were some staff members setting up the lighting for where the entrance for Compound is going to be. And when I've just come by a few hours later, they'd gone, but all the lights had set up, and now that whole path is now blocked off. Because usually that path you take to get to the toilets next to Curse Alton Manor, but that path is blocked off because that now forms part of the queue for Compound. So I'm glad I got down there when I did to like take pictures of what's going on, even though it's not really much different compared to last time. And also they'd started setting up the light, like the large light towers around the front lawn for the park. What they're actually going to put in the lawns now that the stage is gone, I have no idea, because usually when they have like Oktoberfest, they set up all different like food and drink stalls, those different seating areas, and obviously they have entertainment on the main stage. But obviously the stage on the lawns isn't there anymore, and they've not had Oktoberfest this year either, so they've not set up any of those stalls to reuse for Scarefest. But I reckon much of the like central area entertainment, if that makes sense, like the entertainment they'd usually have on like the front lawns, will all now be sort of in Mutiny Bay, where they're building that brand new stage. So it's a shame that there's not going to be any of that sort of atmosphere on like the lawns anymore. That's really a shame, especially like I said, the stage that they had there was perfect for not just like stage shows for like events, but like all year round stuff. But they haven't really used it for the last couple of seasons apart from during events. But hopefully they'll make good use of this new stage of building in Forbidden Valley. And yes, the event starts in just a few days' time, this Saturday. I'll be returning to the park in mid-October to get my first reactions of what the event has to offer this year, including Dark Hollow and Edge of the Forest. So make sure you stay tuned for when I return to this park in just a few weeks' time to come and experience Scarefest 2025. I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you'd like to see in the next video. Goodbye.